Something that is a requested topic that we get. We've been getting it for a few years about how to fish the big water. It's very, very intimidating. When you look out on a Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, some of the bigger giant bodies of water that we have, Lake Michigan, boy, there's a lot to contend with out there. Scary big waves, giant wind. When I first started fishing this way, I got to be honest, I was scared to death. Anybody ever been out in 10 and 12 foot swells in their bass boat? Couple. Most of us, there ain't no way we're going out in 10 to 12 foot swells. I fished a tournament on Lake Erie out of Cleveland, and the forecast coming out of Canada was 3 to 4 meter waves was blowing up the lake. So you know when they're giving wave predictions in meters or forecasts in meters, you know you're in serious trouble. But I've been out a number of times in the big stuff. I've fished tournaments in 5 to 10 foot waves, 10 foot and bigger. I've been swamped. I've been level flotation a number of times. You know, I've battled it all. I've been out when the weather's slick calm, and then it blows up on us. And hopefully some of the things I talk about today will be real helpful to all of us, because that's something I'm most concerned about, is when you're out fishing with your family or your friends, sometimes the weather gets us. You know, so knowing how to manage that big stuff and be confident and comfortable doing it is key. But what really the main focus of what I'm going to talk about this afternoon is how to catch fish in it. You know, how in the world do we go about catching fish when the waves are 2, 3, 4, 5 feet? You know, how do you position your boat? How do you hold in it? How do you drive through it? How the wind direction affects things and the bite. Right? One of the things that I learned about fishing in the Great Lakes is if that wind blows out of the southwest on Lake Erie or Lake Ontario, it increases the current flow through the lake system. And what's that do? That fires them smallmouth up. Increasing current. I don't care if you're in, we talked a lot about the Mississippi River and some other places around, and when the current jacks up, you can bet the bite's going to be more aggressive. And that's what that southwest wind does. It jacks that current up. And when it blows the opposite, when it blows out of the east, you hear that when the wind blows the east, the fish bite the least. Well, that's really happens on those lake systems because it stops the flow. It jams up the lakes and it stops the flow, so the bite's nowhere near as aggressive. Boat positioning in the big water. Boy, what a fun thing it is to be standing in 4 foot waves or on your trolling motor, and every wave that comes by, boom, you slap down and you take a wave right over the deck of the boat. If anybody's fished in their bass boat, they've been in a situation like that, but it's very difficult to hold on the cover. I'll show you some of the tricks that I use to do it, but it's important. It's necessary to catch them. And the reason why you endure it, the reason why you go out in that rough stuff is because the fishing's awesome. I mean, sometimes when that wind's blowing as bad as it is, the fish catching is absolutely amazing. So get comfortable. I'm going to hopefully give you some things that are going to make you a little bit more comfortable with it and get you out. Smallmouth are what dominates in this big water, okay? And smallmouth love flats. When I first started fishing for smallmouth, I was taught that vertical is the way to go for smallmouth. You know, they get on that vertical habitat, and there are times of the year that they do that, but what I found is that 90% of the time, they're on the flats. Why are they on the flats? Because they love to chase bait. They love to swim after it. They like to get the exercise. I don't know what it is, but they love flats. So what you're looking for on these massive flats, on these big waters, is just subtle breaks, subtle humps, rises, depressions, isolated clumps of grass. Those are the habitat that we're going to try to identify with our sonar and our GPS.
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
You want to become a better angler?
You want to catch more and bigger bass at your local pond?
Then check out Bass University TV for hardcore bass fishing information.
Hey, I'm Gluszek.
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluszek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom,
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller and really find that sweet spot.
you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.